Okay, in this video clip, we're going to go over data recording in a GraveFIO software. All right, first, let's go up and show that we have a Start Recording button right after the software is booted up. And on every screen we go to, if we navigate to a different screen, just the record buttons and the status, we go to another screen, they're there. So the record buttons and the status of recording is always on the display. Notice this display status. It says data recording will auto start in 253, 1, etc. The software is set up so that if you do nothing, the software will start a recording of the job without your input. However, this is not the recommended method of letting a recording start, because when you do that, the file for the job will be in default customer, a default well, and a default ticket number. And for later, if you want to come back and find the customer information, you really need to enter in customer information to find the job easily. So all customer information and service company information about a job is located by going to Nav 2 menu button and going to customer and service company page. And here we have we can enter information about the job that we want recorded. And notice the software up here reset it, give you another 300 seconds to do anything. And anytime you make a change, it'll reset it until you're ready to go. Okay, so we have a list of items we can add into the data file describing the data recording. But the minimum I always recommend you fill in is the customer name, the default well, and the job ticket number. And notice these are edit boxes, and they're editable values because the boxes are blued. You can always edit a blue box. So as an example, this is a default customer. The software will boot up with the default customer and the default well and the default ticket number. Well, if you want to use something other than a default, which I highly recommend, you have two options. You can go in and select this default customer data field, go to the edit box, and type in a new customer name. We're going to close this for the time being. However, if you are going to be doing a job for a customer you have previously saved a data file about, you go to this drop-down list, and when you do, it will list previous customers that you've done jobs for. Here's customer 1, customer 2, and default customer. So let's just say we want to do a job for customer 1 we've done before. So we hit it, select it, and now it becomes customer 1. And if you've done a customer 1 before, and you can it will load up a list of wells if you entered in the well information. So if we go in the drop-down box here, it shows, well, we've done 3 different wells for that particular customer. And it's to say you're going to do a repeat operation, so on well 3. And when you do that, now ticket numbers need to be unique every time. So we can type in 5, 6, 7, 8 is the ticket number. Now, whenever we start the recording, and you'll notice that what it did do is it's telling you that if you start the job, your current file name is going to be called this right here. That's GraveWeb data file, customer 1, well 3, and a date. So you can always, it's a really good description describing the data file, which includes the customer name, the well name, and a date. So if we actually started a recording at this point, notice that this changed, and now it's saying how many data points are being recorded or have been recorded so far. And we can actually, hang on a second, I'm going to open up a browser. This is Explorer into our software. So if we go down into root of C and go into Gray Wolf customer, IO customer files, there's different type customer files, and here's a database files, and we are customer one, so we're going to customer one, and we're on well 3, and you will now see that we have the 13 file. This is the live file that's currently data's being added to. So we're going to close this, move this back out of the way. And now at this particular point, at the end of the job, you can stop the recording. Now, if you're going to be doing a lot of other items or other operations after the recording's been stopped, it's going to go right back on and auto start again unless you pause it from being auto started. And now you can do whatever you want. You don't, it will not generate a new file. Okay, so we showed you how to use an existing customer. And let's see what happens. Let's create a new customer. So we will say, I'm using the keyboard, customer 3, accept, close. And we're going to say, that this is well number 1. And we are going to give it we'll say customer 3, well 1 is the ticket number. And now we're going, so this is a brand new customer, a brand new well, and a ticket. So we're going to start the recording. What will happen is if we come back over here and look in the customer files in the database, we're going to find out it created a new folder for customer. And it created a new folder for well number 1. And there's our current data file being recorded. So this is how you create a new data file. Stop button's how you stop that data file. And if you want to it's currently paused, you can unpause it and have it start right back up again and start recording. So, and when I stop the file, it created a new file. Let me slide this over. But it gave it a new start date. So anytime you stop a recording and start a recording, it creates a new file. You can pause it and unpause it. It stays in the same file. But if you stop a recording and start a new recording, it will create a new file. And this one was 1 minute later. So just bear that in mind. If you don't want a lot of files here and you do need to just stop the recording, then pause the recording instead. So that is how we set up and start a data recording with filled in information and not default information. And we've also shown on your computer your data folder, which holds the customer information, is in the root of C. It's in Gray Wolf IO customer files because you have different files available. It's in database files, and then it's in whatever customer you have, whatever well it is, and there's the jobs. So That ends a video clip on how to start, recommended method of how to start a recording and stop or pause a recording. Catch you on the next video clip.